As we start a new year, it is the perfect time to set our goals and plan ahead for the year. And by including productive habits into your daily routine, you're increasing your chances of achieving those goals and having a successful year. As I mentioned in my last video, it is quite important that you guys prepare for the next year and prepare your goals for the next year so you guys can basically become successful and achieve all those goals. I mean, I prepared right after I filmed that video. So make sure to check that video out if you guys want to understand and know how I achieved everything I wanted in 2023 and how I'm planning to achieve everything that I want for the next year, 2024. But in this video, we are going to take a look at the habits that I included in my daily routine in 2023 that basically made that year as successful as it has been so far. And I'm planning on taking them over into 2024 as well. And I will include a few more habits in 2024 because the ones that I'm going to mention today, they were for 2023, and since I don't have to actively think about them, they're just passive habits that I do on a daily basis. I can basically include more habits and actively think about those so that next year I'm even more productive and even more successful. Let's just say I feel more successful, and that's the plan. But basically, if you include these habits in your lifestyle in 2024, you will feel satisfied and you feel as if though you have achieved everything that you've ever wanted, because through these habits, you will achieve everything that you've ever wanted. The first habit is to set specific and achievable goals. I've already talked about this in my last video, to set SMART goals, but let's just mention it quickly because this is basically the path to you achieving everything. You cannot set unachievable goals for yourself, because if you have an unachievable goal and you then at the end of the year take a look at your goals and you did not achieve the thing that you wanted to achieve, you will not be motivated to do anything. And that's what we need to basically stop, because we can stop that. So set achievable goals, set SMART goals. Also, I want to mention, after I talked about SMART goals in my last video and how you should set SMART goals for yourself at the start of the year, so you can make sure that you can achieve them. I listened to a podcast by Dr. Andrew Huberman, who is a professor of neurobiology. By the way, I love his podcasts. I think he's one of the professionals that makes great podcasts, and you should definitely listen to them. So the podcast that I'm talking about is called Goals Toolkit: How to Set and Achieve Your Goals. Now in this podcast, here it is. So in this podcast, he also talks about how you should set your goals so they can be achievable and you should achieve them. But basically, he talks about SMART goals without mentioning the word SMART. So he basically states in his podcast that your goals should be achievable, they should be measurable, they should be time-bound. So basically, SMART goals. He talks about SMART goals, but he does not mention the word SMART at all. I mean, if you don't believe me regarding the SMART goals and that you should set SMART goals, you should believe Dr. Andrew Huberman, who is a professor of neurobiology. So he understands the brain more than I do. He has way more experience regarding our brain than I do. But nevertheless, your brain does need SMART goals so you can achieve them. Now, the next habit that turned me into the productive thing that I am today is planning your day ahead and making sure that you basically plan every step, every single thing that you do during the day. The reason why you should plan your day and have a routine until you go back to bed. So basically, the minute you wake up, you need to have a routine. Start it there, plan your day the minute you wake up, and then end your planning when you go to bed. The reason why you need to do that for, let's just say, for a few months or for a few weeks, is so that you can create a routine for yourself, so you can create a habit for yourself. Now, in this routine, you should also include the habits or the goals that you want to achieve and how you can achieve them. So for example, if you want to start a business, but you also have a 9-to-5 job, make sure that in this routine, you include a few hours that you completely dedicate to your business. For me, I usually do it at night because that's when I have a lot of creativity, a lot of time to code. But sometimes I also wake up really early if I want to completely focus on building my business. So I wake up early and work on it because my brain works really, really well in the mornings. But afterwards, at night, it's a little bit I'm more creative at night than I am in the morning. I'm more logical in the morning. And because of the fact that I'm so self-aware and I understand what time I need to wake up so that I can be productive, and that's why I can be productive, and I do have a routine. So if I have, just say, creativity work, I do it at night. But if I have something that needs 100% of my brain, I do it in the morning. I wake up just earlier before my 9 to 5 and then jump right in, work on it, and then go to my 9 to 5. Also, if you plan out your day on a daily basis, you will have a more productive day and you will get way more things done. And that way you will be able to manage your time better and also give yourself some time. Because trust me, it's way more time consuming to procrastinate and not do something than just plan it and do it. I mean, we are all aware that it does not take that much energy to just do the tasks. It takes more energy to procrastinate and not doing them. And by basically planning out your day, you will do the tasks. You have to do the tasks because it's planned for you, and you just have to basically put your head down and do it. And that's the whole reason behind creating a routine and setting up a routine for yourself and planning out your day, so you don't procrastinate and you just follow the rule book that you basically wrote for yourself. That's how I see it. My daily routine plan is a rule book for me. I just need to follow it. I mean, if you have a 9 to 5 job or any other job that you get paid for, do you procrastinate and not go to the job? Or even if you feel down and you don't feel good, you just wake up and do it? That is basically the energy that I need you to put towards your goals and the things that you want to achieve. By just doing them and stop overthinking it and stop procrastinating. And by planning out your day and writing down what you want to do, you can achieve that mindset in just a few weeks. You just need to do it for first few weeks, and afterwards you already have a routine, so you don't need to write it down anymore. Like for me, I just write down the things that I have to do. It's a to-do list. I don't need to basically time block my day because I'm already aware of that time block. I did it for a few weeks. Now I understand what time I need to do what. So I don't need to do that anymore. Another important habit that I think a lot of people don't prioritize is self-care. I mean, if you don't take care of yourself, if you don't take care of yourself physically and mentally and all of that, you will not achieve anything because you will feel burnt out. And if you burn out, it takes years to come back. It's not just a few months. If you really burn out, it takes at least 3 to 5 years. So let's just make sure that we take care of ourselves. So plan some time for yourself. And for me, self-care is going to the gym. It's time where I just can lock my brain and not think about anything and just go for it and blast music and have fun. That's self-care for me. But also, since I'm a woman, doing my skincare is self-care for me. Having a shopping day is self-care for me. And all of those stuff. So make sure to prioritize yourself. Make sure to prioritize your mental health and your physical health so that you can achieve everything else. Because without prioritizing yourself, you will not be able to achieve as much, or you will not be able to achieve that many of your goals, because you are the most important thing to yourself. You should be the most important thing to yourself. You should come first, and you need to take care of yourself because no one else will and no one else should. Why should somebody else take care of you? You should take care of yourself. So make sure you do that as well. I understand that when you have a goal, all you want to do is work on it and make sure that you achieve that goal, but you cannot stop prioritizing yourself and your mental health and just enjoying the passage of time. And that is the most important thing. You need to take care of yourself. You need to take care of your mind and body in order for you to be happy and be passionate about your goals. If not, then you'll be probably depressed and working on your goals. That's not the goal here. You need to be happy. Happiness is the goal. You need to enjoy the time that you have on this earth. And even if it's hustling, then so be it. Also, if you want to live a soft, girly life, that's now a trend on TikTok. I mean, last year it was the hustle culture. This year it's a soft life. What's next year? We will see. But depending on what you want to do, either the hustle culture is for you, soft life is for you, but I think the most important thing is a life balance. So both of them. I think you need to have your soft moments in life, and I think you need to have your hustle moments in life. And that should be on daily basis. I mean, if you cannot make it on daily basis, then at least have a few hours of soft moments where you just chill out on the weekends. This is basically what I do. For me, my soft life is basically creating content, which shouldn't be a soft life thing because it is a little bit hard to script it and work on it and all of that. But it's a hobby for me, so I just love doing it. I don't look at it as a job. I look at it as a hobby that I just like doing next to everything else that I do. But yeah, nevertheless, you should prioritize yourself and prioritize self-care and make sure that you take care of yourself. And I just realized that I need to start a podcast because I talk a lot and I go from subject to subject without even a break. So let's just move on to the next habit that you need to include in 2024 in order for you to become successful. So the next habit that you need to build into your daily routine in 2024 in order for you to achieve everything is taking breaks and limiting distractions, which goes hand in hand with what I said before. But you need to take a break on a daily basis. You need to take a break, let's just say every 2 hours. I need you to take at least a 15-minute break, okay? Just take a coffee break. Just go ahead, get out for like 5 minutes, walk for 5 minutes. It's just 5 minutes, not more. So you can basically declutter your brain. In order for you to work really, really well and have the energy to work, you need to declutter your brain, which is what I do even if I have a 9-to-5 job. I do every 2 hours, I just get out, walk for 5 minutes and then come back. Sometimes I even have a coffee in my hand and I just walk and then come back like around the block, which is like 10 minutes. Usually when you're in the office, you take like a 15-minute break to talk to your colleagues for no reason at all and just gossip. But you need to also do that at home. You need to take care of yourself at home and take a break at home. That way you're not working constantly and you're not burning yourself out. And also limiting distractions. If you have your, let's just say 2 hours of focus work, you need to make sure that you do not get distracted no matter what. Even if the world is ending, you cannot get distracted from it. Let's just say that's an extreme example. But yeah, you should not get distracted if you have your 2 hours of focus work. So just make sure that you clear out any distractions. I mean, nowadays, the biggest distraction that we face is our phones. And because of the fact that our attention span gets shorter every single year, we want to keep scrolling. And even after like, let's just say 30 minutes of work, you just want to scroll and take a look at something else and you get bored of the work that you're doing. We're all human. We all face this problem that our attention span is getting smaller and smaller on a daily basis. But if you want to stop that, if you want to basically not be a part of the mainstream, you need to take away your phone from yourself. You need to put your phone down. You need to just put it in another room and have 2 hours of work without looking at your phone and without scrolling. That way you will also work on your attention span and make sure that you can concentrate in a longer period of time, which should be the goal here. We cannot have like a 15 minutes attention span when it comes to working. You should have a longer one. So this way, when you limit distractions, you're also working on your attention span and making that one longer. So it's basically 2-in-1, which is a great deal. I mean, we love a 2-in-1 deal. So when you take a break and declutter your brain, you also need to declutter your surroundings. You need to be organized and clean, because a clean home means a clean mind. A clean setup means a clean mind. For me, if my setup is not clean, I will not be able to work, because I am so used to having a clean setup, having a clean home, so that I can completely concentrate on the tasks that I'm doing. So as I mentioned, you need to have a clean setup, you need to have a clean home in order for you to have a clean mind and have a decluttered mind. So just take 10 minutes before you start working to just clean your surroundings a little bit. And trust me, 10 minutes is a long time and you can get a lot done in 10 minutes. You don't need to vacuum. You can just organize it as fast as you can. And then every single time you work, so every single day before you start working, just take 10 minutes. You can even set up a timer for like 10 minutes and just declutter your space, clean up your space. And when you do that, when you declutter your space, you basically also declutter your mind, and you can concentrate more on the tasks that you're doing. So the last habit that I believe, even if you don't want to succeed in your goals and don't want to achieve anything, you should still manage to add that into your daily basis, is eating healthy and sleeping enough. I mean, you need to have a good night's sleep in order for you to even concentrate on the things that you're doing. So make sure to at least get 8 hours of sleep every single night. I mean, if 7 hours work for you, then so be it. So just get 7 hours of sleep. I also know people that happy with 6 hours. Me, I'm happy with 6 hours completely. But just get your 8 hours of sleep. And to be honest, I don't believe that every single human being needs 8 hours of sleep, because the research has shown that women actually need 8 to 10 hours of sleep every single night, and men need 6 to 8 hours of sleep. So society was like, yeah, let's just do it 8 hours, even though 8 hours is the maximum for men and minimum for women. So just take a look at yourself, see what works for you, and get that many hours of sleep. It doesn't have to be 8, it doesn't have to be 7, it doesn't have to be 9. It has to be what works for you and what makes you feel like you're more productive. And also, if you get more sleep than your body needs, you'll procrastinate. You will just be lazy. I don't know if you ever had that feeling that you slept, let's just say 10 hours, and then woke up and were like, oh, I'm still tired. And that's not the feeling that we want. We want to have the right amount of sleep, not the wrong amount. So don't get less sleep than you need, and also don't get more sleep than you need, because both are bad. Just get the right amount of sleeping time. And also with a healthy diet, I mean, if your body is healthy, your mind is healthy. There is nothing else to say other than you need to eat healthy and have a great diet and stop eating fast food, because it's not good for you. It's not only good for your body, it's also not good for your bank account. So keep that in mind. Just learn to cook the basics. I mean, cooking is a survival skill. Every single human being needs to learn how to cook. It's not just women. Yeah, stop saying that. Also, for men watching this, the sexiest skill a man can have is cooking. Nothing else. It doesn't matter how you look. It doesn't matter how much money you make. It doesn't matter what type of car you drive and what type of body you have. The sexiest skill is cooking. So if you want to impress a woman, learn how to cook. That's it. Easiest one. I'm giving dating tips here instead of priorities and habits that you need to do and staying disciplined. I will end this video on that note that apparently I'm also a dating coach now. So let's get on with 2024 and make sure that we all have a successful and great year, and make sure that 2024 is ours.